Megan Mattoon, what's the most recent dream you remember having?
Oh my gosh. That I remember having. You know, I remembered it when I woke up, but now it's too late.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you. What about you?
You know what? I asked that question and I got nothing for you, but my daughter has began having nightmares.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is like it's kind of brand new, where like the other night she was just crying for me like at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I went in there and she's just crying, couldn't tell me why. I'm like, what's up, baby? What's wrong? Didn't want to say, didn't even say. Maybe she's still half asleep. Did you have a bad dream? I was like, what happened? Just crying, and then just eventually just fell back asleep. Didn't even say shit. I was like, oh, okay.
And she's fine.
And she's out. Okay, close the door. Crept out.
Does Chia ever have the dreams where, like, in the dream you do some bad shit and she wakes up and she's mad at you in real life?
You know what? I feel like that has happened before, and it's also happened to me. I think we make jokes that girls do that, but I've definitely had dreams where like she was like, or I'll wake up and I'm like, ugh, you were sucking this dude's dick.
Yeah.
What the heck, dude? What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? You can't help but wake up feeling a little salty about it.
I know. And then your partner has to like make up for something they didn't do. That sucks. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm trying to think of like the last dream I remember having that was like vivid enough for me to actually remember.
You know what? I have one.
Tell me something
good. This happens kind of all the time. And it's a stressful dream, and I feel like maybe I've mentioned it.
Yep.
But I have like gum in my throat, in my teeth.
Okay.
I have to continue to like pull it out, and I'll be like, throughout the entire duration of the dream, I am just like continually pulling this gum out of my teeth and throat, and it never ends.
Interesting.
It's like a clown where they're like pulling out the ribbon, but instead of ribbon, it's either hair or gum.
Ooh, you ever had? I've read something about like the teeth dream where you dream that your teeth are falling out. Always has something to do with either like you're stressed about something coming up or something that's about to happen. Yeah. But you got gum.
But I have a gum. Yeah, stress dreams.
I accidentally threw gum into Colette Nguyen's hair. Colette Nguyen's hair in like fifth grade, I think, 5th or 6th grade. I felt really bad about it.
You accidentally did that?
Yeah, I was being dumb. I had gum in my hand, and I just was trying to throw it at the homie, and then I like slipped. It went the wrong way. It went into her hair. She had this long, silky Vietnamese hair, and when she felt it, she was like, "Stop it!" And then I was like, "I'm sorry." And then she went home. I was so worried that she might have to cut her fucking hair out.
No.
But they either did like the peanut butter or the ice.
Mm-hmm.
She like literally like strand by strand, taking it out. She was fine. She came walking to school today. She was flowing. I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. I love having those things that you can rely on, like ice or peanut butter. I don't know the peanut butter thing, but with hiccups, do you have a hiccup remedy?
I have 2, yeah.
Is one of them drinking from the opposite side of the glass upside down?
No.
It works every time.
Opposite side of the glass.
Opposite side of the glass. Like, so if this is the glass. So if I'm having hiccups, instead of drinking it like this, you drink it from that side. So you'll be like, if you're not watching the podcast, you should tune in.
You should totally tune in.
Because this is how you get rid of hiccups. You go like this, and there's liquid in here.
Yeah.
And then you drink it like this.
What?
And it goes away every time. Every time.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know what it is, and I'm not gonna ask any questions because it works.
I would always just literally hold my breath for a minute.
Oh yeah.
Like make sure because I think people fuck up because they'll do this. I'm gonna hold my breath, and then air still gets into your nose.
Sure.
I plug everything, bro. Plug my nose, plug my mouth, hold my breath for 1 whole minute, and then usually that works.
Yeah, because you're dead.
Exactly. Just cut it all off, right? Or I'll do the thing they say if you just chug water for a straight minute, that'll help too.
Right.
When Veda gets the hiccups, I try to do the just scare it out of her.
Yeah.
Never works though.
No. We have to be holding your breath and be scared.
What? And chugging water upside down. That's the only way.
That's really funny.
Nah, man. Well, hey, checking in. What's up, man? What's going on with you over there, huh?
I don't think I have anything new, but I would be down to do a round of contact.
What's that?
Wait, contact! That's a different game. I'm at Meld. Contact is really fun, though.
Okay.
You want a mind meld?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
In lieu of our check-in.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Flower. We're damn near there, brother.
Whoa.
Okay, are you ready?
Meh.
1, 2, 3.
Plant.
Petal. Ooh, okay. You said plant.
And you
I
said petal.
Okay. Okay.
I have 2 options, so I'm not sure how this will go.
Yeah, let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
Stem.
Pot.
Pot
Okay,
and stem.
We're there, brother. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Grow.
Root.
Root and grow. We're getting further and further.
Okay, hold on.
We're so unconnected.
I know. Okay, hold on. Root.
Root and grow.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Life. Okay. Timothy. Life and dirt. Look me in the eyes.
Yes.
Look me in the eyes.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Soil.
I want you gone.
Okay.
I want you so far gone.
Okay.
You didn't even try.
No, we got it.
You didn't try.
I did. That made sense.
Wait. Life and dirt, soil?
Yeah.
Life and dirt, death? Because you get buried?
Life is the opposite of death.
Exactly. And what's in between? Dirt, baby.
Okay, now I don't remember. Where did we leave off?
I don't remember.
Ah. All right. Well,
all we know is that we're unconnected. And that's fine.
Well, I don't like the way that feels.
I also don't like the way that feels.
Let's do another word. Because I hate it.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Clown.
Pillow.
Clown and pillow.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Clown and pillow.
If we really think about everything that we've talked
you're doing
about.
too much. You're doing too much. 1, 2, 3.
Nightmares!
Circus.
I'm gonna kill you. I don't want you here on Earth. Oh my God.
Okay.
You're not even trying.
Okay. All right. Wait.
I don't know if I want to play anymore because I'm upset.
I'm a little upset too. All right. Circus, nightmare.
Circus nightmare.
But not clown.
Circus
nightmare. Circus nightmare.
Okay. Circus nightmare,
nightmare
and not clown.
Circus nightmare.
I only have one thing to say, and it's get out.
Circus nightmare. I tell you, I'm drawing a blank.
Here's what I would say. Circus nightmare, but not clown. I would say it.
Okay.
Why are you upset?
No, I'm not. I'm just focused. I'm focused on you.
Okay. Well, I've never failed at this game, so
No.
that is humbling.
You only failed because you gave up.
Did I give up?
No, yes, you did. I didn't give up. I was ready to go. I was ready. All right. You know what? Okay, we need to do one more to either just start over and freshen ourselves, or we're just gonna walk out.
I've never been so close to a crash out in my life.
I think you did crash out, actually. All right, let's try this again.
Okay.
Ready? Are you ready? Okay, lock in. We weren't locked in. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Water.
Lips.
Okay. Ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Spit.
Drink.
Okay. Drink. Spit. Are you ready?
I guess.
Lock the fuck in. 1, 2, 3.
Swallow.
Backwash.
Nothing's ever been worse.
Here we go.
Wait, what is it?
Backwash.
And swallow. Swallow backwash.
Okay.
Swallow backwash.
Yes. Are you ready?
No.
Yeah.
Do you see the life depleting from my eyes?
No. Okay. Lock in. Swallow. Backwash.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Make
Tongue.
out. Okay. Make out and tongue.
Yes.
If you don't get this,
Yes.
I'm canceling you.
1, 2, 3.
Kiss.
French.
You did that on purpose. You did that on purpose. You did that on purpose. And I actually hope you don't recover from this cough.
Okay.
You did that on purpose, yes or no?
No, I did not. French.
And I said French kiss. Or I said kiss.
You said kiss.
And
I
you
said
said
French.
French.
We were there.
Well, now what?
Okay. French.
And kiss? How the fuck can we get out of this?
By kissing.
I'm so upset. Literally, my journal and therapist is going to hear about this. Okay.
Well, you know why? It's because we were so connected on the last one.
Is that right?
Yeah, remember that amazing like moment where I predicted the name?
Yeah, no,
I
that
think
was...
we used all of our juice.
Wow. Sucks to use all the juice.
Yeah, well.
Well,
now what?
if we're checking into me now, I'm doing terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel great about it.
I've never been more upset.
Well, maybe that's your issue, Megan Batoon, huh?
Let's just say the same word just to close it off. And we can discuss the word. But I just need the closure.
You know what? I think we need to keep going. I think we need to keep going until we get it.
Fucking fine.
Right.
Start over again because okay.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
We have to. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Bear.
Shoe.
I almost said shoe. That would have been so nice.
Okay.
Bear and shoe.
Okay. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Claw. I am coming.
Yeah, I tell you what, I came at bear because I was ready.
Wow.
Thank God.
I'm sweating and stressed.
I feel such relief. Like, I know that we were playing that up as a joke, but
I was not playing. You were playing.
no, I meant playing up the frustration as a joke. You were not. When I say I really needed to get one so we can move on.
I did too.
Wow. Well, thank heavens.
Oh, wow.
That was all your fault.
I feel like I just did a workout class. Oh my God. Whew. Anyway.
What's wrong with us, man?
I don't know.
Is Mercury in retrograde or what?
No, I don't think anymore.
Our chakras aren't aligned.
No.
They weren't.
Do you know that the same chakra for creativity is the same chakra for sexuality? So if your sexual energy is good, your creative energy is also good. It's the sacral chakra.
Really? Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. This is an insane thing to say.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say it because that's crazy.
Well, let's take a break and you tell me what the fuck you were going to say.
We're back. Secrets are no fun.
Yeah, chakras. I don't know too much about chakras, to be honest. Haven't really learned.
Yeah, I can see that. You're so unaligned.
Girl, I'm so aligned. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I don't know what's aligned, but I'm aligned, brother.
Nice.
One time this fortune teller was reading my cards or whatever, and she was like so taken aback because we had the same birthday.
You and the teller?
No, wait. We didn't have the same birthday, but she was like, what is your sign? And we found out we were both Pisces and you're the tiger Chinese sign. And she was like, oh my God, me too. And she was like, as soon as I said it, she was like, oh my God, I'm so glad. She was like, she was feeling my energy. You know what I'm saying? But you do that, card readings and shit like that?
I've done some before. I have a friend that goes to this school to learn how to do tarot and moon charts and wheels and all of it. And it's actually really helpful. Even, I don't know. I mean, anything could be helpful right now. And so whenever she's like, oh, this is what your next month is going to look like, or here's some themes that to be aware of, it's kind of really helpful.
You know, I feel like over the years, I've become more into that shit than I would let people believe.
Yeah.
You know?
Energy is real.
Oh, I 100% believe in energy. And just like, you know, I've always kind of been someone who read my Zodiac. And,
Yeah, I can see that for you.
yeah. Or, you know, what I always like to do is I like to read the Zodiac the day after.
Yeah, so it doesn't taint your physical reality of what you think should be happening. You'd be like, oh, does this check out with what actually happened?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you are an Aries.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep.
And I know that because my boy is an Aries as well.
Mm-hmm. And David.
I'm just surrounded by y'all now. You know, and here's the thing too. It's like people have always said that like, so in my house, we have a sign from every group. So they're like, you have such a balanced household.
Oh, fun.
Because Q is an Aries, Earth. I'm a Pisces.
No, fire.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's right. Chia is the Earth, Capricorn.
Okay.
Veda is the air, Aquarius, and I am the water sign, the Pisces.
Cool.
So we have like all the little elements in the house.
Oh my God, fun.
So whenever Chia's like, should we have another? I'm like, you're gonna throw off the balance, brother.
Not brother.
I don't know, man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you call her man?
Chia?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I love that. I love calling my partner dude. I think it's cool.
Yeah, some people are like,
I like it.
Yeah, some people think it's weird.
It's like, it's even better than baby sometimes. It's like, yeah, dude. It's like, I fuck with you.
The whole house now is like, well, me and Chia specifically, I was like, all right, brother. All right, sounds good to me, brother. Got my kids saying it too.
That's amazing.
Veda came back from school one day being like, hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
It's like, I'm hungry, bro. And at first I was like, hey, so call your friends, bro. Mommy and daddy aren't bro, okay?
Right.
But eventually I was like, all right, that's funny. Whatever. All right, bro. Let's go. Let's go get some food, bro.
That's cute.
Because I think it's just, it's just funny.
It is funny.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny and cute. Should we answer a question? We only answered one last episode.
I know. Maybe we should do more to make up for the lack of questions from the last one.
I like that. That's what balance is. You know, I saw this thing about consistency. It was like an infographic on the internet. And it was like, consistency isn't, I think it had like 7 cups of water. And it's like, what you think consistency is, and it's all the same level of water every single day. But actually, consistency is different levels of water every day, but just showing up. So it's like consistency doesn't need to be the same exact output every single day. It's
like
just showing up however much you can.
I like that.
Me too.
Because sometimes you just...
we're not a robot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't show up because you think, I should drink the whole fucking glass. And it's like, but you don't need to. Just show up.
Right. Some days you'll have a sip and some days you'll have a gallon.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're still drinking water.
I think that's important. I don't drink enough, actually.
Wow.
God damn it! What's wrong with this day?
I think it's you.
I think you're right.
I don't think it's the day.
I'm all off.
Whoa, that's kind of lit.
Whoa, I'm back, baby. I'm back. Let's answer a goddamn question.
Hey, how y'all doing? So, my question is, I'm 27 and I want to make sure that the person I'm dating knows that I'm actually trying to like be for real. I'm trying to be genuine, et cetera, et cetera. I have no problem asking for sex and getting sex also. But I do want to show some sexual resolve, and I told the person I wanted to have that traditional rom-com type of love where, we grab the salt and our hands are touching and, we don't have sex till about like the 3rd act. So what's your advice on doing that with people nowadays who are nearing 30? And also, Tim, I was on Going Raw. I was the guy who asked about like cougars and milfs and stuff.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, love you, bro.
Love you too, bro.
Love you too, bro. I want a rom-com too. I want that.
I'm gonna send this to your perspective after I give my perspective.
Let me get it.
Because as I've noted before, I haven't dated in a long time.
Yeah.
Right? But for one, I feel like 3rd act sex, that's a long time. I don't know what the scope.
You think?
I think so. 3rd act,
Right. Well,
of
yeah.
the movie, not third date, like third act.
Yeah. Well, is that friends to lovers trope? Is it true? Like, go on.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's the movie? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like some people have
It's got to happen in the second act. If we're thinking about it in terms of a structure,
Yeah.
third act is way too long.
unless the movie is 40-year-old virgin, then it's at
Right,
the,
if that's the point of the movie. Right.
Yeah, man. I have always felt that if you're dating somebody and you're feeling it in the moment, just do it.
Sex.
Yes, because I think the thought process of like, I don't know, I want to have sex with you, but I'm not that type of person, so we're not gonna do it until day 21. It just feels silly.
Because
It's like, honestly, if I like you and you're somebody who I would really consider dating, like because of your dope personality and I'm feeling it, I'm not gonna be like, but you know what? We had sex after a week, so she's a slut and she probably does this with everybody. I'm just like, that's not where I'm at.
yeah.
You know?
Well, I feel that too, and I agree, but I feel like what we are taught is like, don't give it up on the first date,
Right.
because if you do, then they won't take you seriously. And he's saying he has no problem getting or asking for sex, but he wants her to know that he's serious. So like, that's the issue, is like, if you give it up too soon, then do they not see you as serious? Because also the men like a chase. So, and in this climate, once men get that, sometimes they just don't talk to you again.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I mean, that all depends on a lot of things, right? Yeah, that's tough because, you know, I've been there where maybe there was somebody who I didn't necessarily want it to be a relationship, but I did want to pursue a physical situation. So I'm like, let's hang out, you know? But I never felt like I lied or like made anybody seem like it was something that it wasn't to try and have sex, you know. But it was like yeah, I'll put up with her annoying personality if like we have some sweet sex, you know. But I also think it's dumb to cut it off after like having sex. Like I think that's dumb. Yeah. I think it's all about communication. You feel me? But without getting too off tangent. Yeah. If someone has sex too soon, do they come off less serious? Well, let me ask you this.
Right, that's the question.
Let me ask you this, Megan Batoon. If a guy, like if you were dating somebody and they were like, you know what, I know, you know, we could probably have sex right now, but like let's take our time. Maybe let's wait until like let's wait for like a couple months.
I'm loving it.
You're loving it.
I'm loving it.
Okay, interesting.
You wouldn't love that?
If it was somebody, I'll tell you, I wouldn't be jumping for joy.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't love it.
Yeah.
I would be intrigued because this is new. Yeah, because if this is. And mind you, it would really have to be it would have to be established. I like this person. Like this is really something, right? Because okay, you want to get to know each other. Yeah, cool. If I'm in that mind state of I'm looking for a potential relationship. Sure, let's see what happens in the next couple months. It does feel like why?
Why wait?
Why wait if I'm enjoying you and you're enjoying me? Me personally, I'd be like, what's the point? Because I feel like we could still have sex and we could also still get to know each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that as well. I guess I'm like, it's so hard with the feelings involved.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have feelings, it would be so simple. It'd be like, yeah, we're having a good time. And also, my thing is like, if we are having a good time and sex is on the table and we both are feeling it, and one of us stops it, then is that getting in the way of the most authentic connection in that moment? Or are our hormones taking over and this isn't actually right and we should wait for that? Because like there's so many questions.
Yeah, because I mean, there is something in the build-up and the waits and the finally getting there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Sometimes, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I mean, I do realize I'm different in the sense that, like, I've never hooked up with somebody, I don't know, first week hanging out and being like, no, I can't take you seriously anymore. Like, I've never felt that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's either like,
That's good, yeah.
I'm feeling this person, I think you're really cool, and if we have sex, tight. Or I'm hanging out with this person and I don't see a relationship, but if we're still having sex, tight.
I know. I think that's where it gets sticky for me.
Yeah.
Cause like I feel that with some people, and I guess with other people, it would be my nightmare to be on the receiving end of, I don't see a relationship with this person, but I'll still sleep with them.
Right.
And how do you know if that is what's happening to you?
Right.
How do you know that? How could you, as a guy that has done that, how can we clock it?
Is there cuddling afterwards?
Yeah.
I tell you this. This is my personal experience. I can't speak for every guy. But personally for me, when it was just like what I saw to be a sexual relationship and we're just hanging out and then having sex a little bit, I would rarely ever want to cuddle and like do any type of pillow talk. Like after the smash, it was like, okay, let's pee, rinse off, and then I'm like on my computer. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, all right, cool. Like, what you want to do now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it was somebody who I'm like, I enjoy this person so much, personality, vibe. We're getting to know each other. We just had sex. I'm like hugged up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, you know, head on chest type cuddled up shit. You know, and that's the difference for me. Especially when it was someone who like maybe I just wanted to smash and that's it, and it is what it was. I was never putting out any other vibes, I didn't think. Then it'd be like, okay, cool. It is what it is. We did that. High five.
I love a high five after sex. That's great.
Like that was fun.
Right.
Should we do that again? If you want? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
okay, so to answer his question, he is saying he wants it to be serious though, or he wants her to know that it's serious.
or him.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't I didn't hear any specific gender though.
Yeah. Oh, or him, like whoever he's sleeping with. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, work.
I mean, I don't know.
Work, Tim.
You just said you love that.
I love that somebody would be so clear about the fact that they don't want to sleep with me because they want to get to know me. I would respect them more.
Yeah, and I think that is very sweet, and I would appreciate that too. And I would be down for that. If somebody said that and we were all vibing and we saw it, yes, to be something potentially great, then I'm down. Like I said, I don't necessarily think it's necessary, but I would be down for the ride. So, and I would appreciate the thought process behind it. Like if I met a dope ass girl I'm dating, I met this like dope, beautiful girl, we are vibing, and she's like, hey, you know what? Everything's all about sex nowadays. I want to have a real connection with you. If you're feeling this the way I'm feeling it, let's just wait a couple months and just hang out and get to know each other. I'll be like, let's fucking do it.
Yes. Okay. But that's only if you saw a potential future with her. Or would you be like, yeah, I'm down to just hang out and be flirty friends, and then we'll see where it goes?
I don't know, man. First few dates is tough, right? Because I don't remember the last time I was in a mindset of like, I'm looking for a relationship. Like even when I met Chia, I wasn't necessarily looking for a relationship.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know. If I'm in the mindset of I'm just having fun and someone hit me with the 2 month shit, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know, man. I really gotta be like a fan of you right now to be down for this. And then at that point, you got to be willing to give up all your options.
What do you mean?
Like,
you can still have sex with other people, but not with this person.
is that what it is?
Yes.
But are you transparent about that?
Well, I think if you're not talking about exclusivity, you can do whatever you want. I think that's the name of the game right now.
Oh, man, I don't know. If I'm a dude and I'm like, hey, girl, I want you to know I'm serious about this.
Oh, well, if you're serious about it, I thought you were just like, oh, we're vibing it out, seeing if it's worth it. Just getting to know you.
Yeah.
But if sex is off the table here, like, you can get it elsewhere.
Oh.
No?
Yeah, I don't know if that's like what he's proposing
Because
here.
then otherwise you're dating exclusively.
Right.
Without sleeping together.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the potential of people still fucking other people.
Yeah, I mean, well, because then you would have to have that, like, define the relationship conversation of, like,
oh my.
Yeah, dude, dating is fucked.
Well, in my head, if we're talking about movie shit, then it's like in 40-Year-Old Virgin, where they put like a timestamp on it because he had finally told her, hey, look, I'm a virgin. No, they didn't even say that. He was just like, you know what? Let's see if we can wait. Blah, blah, blah. I dare you. However many months. So they're getting to know each other. They had the fucking day on the calendar. But they were fucking other people, you know. Mm-hmm. That's what was in my head. That makes it a little more difficult.
What?
Like, I'm saying that's what makes it a more like, this is serious.
Yeah.
We're not fucking anybody. Let's wait. Because let me tell you this, Megan Batoon.
Let me hear it. Lay it on me.
If I'm that someone who I'm like, I'm gonna show you that I'm serious.
Yeah.
And let's wait 2 months and get to know each other before we have sex. And then we have sex, and she's like, oh man, this is so much better to have a connection with somebody than that guy I hooked up with 2 weeks ago. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I'm pissed. Then I'm like, that's not where I was going with this.
Okay, but you're saying that she has to be aware that you are. Because what if it's never talked about?
Yeah.
Because then that's the thing. Because if you're entering this, like, if you're like, I see a future with you or a potential future, we're going to date this and be on the same page. We're going to date exclusively, which means we don't sleep with other people.
Yeah.
And then in 2 months, then we can, like, open that can of worms.
Yeah.
That's probably not going to, like, that's not a conversation that I think people are going to say.
I don't know, man. I think it definitely needs to be established.
Really?
I think so.
Oh my God. Well,
Because the whole draw of that is like, this is so cute. We're waiting for 2 months and we're getting to know each other because this is like a special thing. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, if it's like we're still having sex with other people, then I don't know. It changes it for me. It
changes the connection because you're like, I thought you were waiting for me versus going around and doing these things, not behind your back because you didn't say that she couldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. When it was proposed, I thought it was like this is what we're doing, no one else situation. Yeah.
That's interesting. So if you were not looking for a relationship, but this cool girl came in and you wanted it to be serious or she wanted it to be serious, I'm not sure. I guess he wanted it to be serious.
Sounds like it because he wants her to know that he's serious.
So then he would have to have this conversation with her to lay out all these ground rules.
I think it would be like, hey, yeah, so we can truly get to know each other and not complicate it. Let's not have sex for 2 months. Get to know each other. I think someone would have to say,
but in that time, I would not want us to sleep with anybody else. You would have to say that?
Dang, yeah,
what a crazy thing to
that feels a little crazy.
Feels pretty intense.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do in this situation if this were you?
If a girl approached me with this?
I guess if you were this guy.
Man, this is tough. It's tough.
How do you show somebody that you're serious about her, and not, yeah, I guess just don't have sex, but then you get to have to tell her that she's not allowed to have sex with other people and she's not your girlfriend? You can't do that.
I don't know, man. What are the kids doing nowadays? What is a talking stage? What is a dating stage? What is allowed and what's not allowed?
I think a talking stage is when you enter a curiosity loop with another person that is single, hopefully. And then dating is when you are actively going on dates to get to know each other and court her, him.
I see.
So yeah, I think a talking stage is just a feeling each other out to be like, do we want to go on dates? And when you start going on consistent dates, then I think you're dating. And then when you're exclusive and you're not dating other people, not seeing other people, not fucking other people, then you are official. And that is, then you're in a committed relationship. So you can date. I mean, like everything comes back to when I think about dating is Sex in the City, but like when they're dating multiple people at the same time, like that's kind of what dating is.
Yeah.
Now,
Right.
is like you're just like in the last episode we were talking about like hometown buffet. You're eating a little lasagna, you're eating a little pizza.
Yeah.
It's like you're getting a little bite of everything to see what is the most nourishing for you.
Yeah.
So dating multiple people is like, as not good as that feels, I think that's what we're supposed to be doing, question mark?
I think, as, when I was doing my thing, I wouldn't say I was like dating. Nah, I wasn't dating multiple people. I was hanging out with, I was going on a lot of first dates, I think.
Yeah.
Getting
Right.
dinner, hanging out.
Yeah.
Potentially hooking up.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's dating around.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like what you're supposed to do, I guess.
I think so. I think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you should.
No, I'm on my way.
You
On my way. Send me on my way.
specifically.
You specifically. I'm dating around.
That's good.
I am open to all possibilities right now. And I'm trying to understand what this roster thing is. And I'm trying not to get attached. I'm trying to continue to be detached. Anytime I start thinking too much about someone, then I go, that's not healthy. And then I take my power away and then they text me. And then the loop starts again.
Well, look, to solve this man's problem, I think the consensus here is that if this is somebody you want to be serious about, then that is a cute proposition, and I think it'll work out.
I love that.
We hope and think it'll work out. It seems like it'll go well either way if you think this is somebody who's worth doing that for. So let's do another question.
Let's do another question.
Hey, Tim. Hey, Megan. So not really sure if there's even an issue, but I just find myself unable to date. It's been like 7 years. And before you judge me, I had girlfriends from when I was like 12 to like 24. Then I had a big breakup. Took like 2 years to quote unquote heal. Then COVID hit. Then I loved being alone. Took another 2 years. And now it's been like 7 total. And every day that I go on, I'm just kind of staring through this girl, wondering what I'm going to do when I get home. So am I weird or am I chilling? I mean, I'm mostly happy, but, societal pressures. But anyway, love y'all. Thanks for the podcast. Sorry, this is more than 30 seconds. Bye.
Sweet. Wow, 7 years is a bit of time.
That's a long time. I think it sounds crazier than what it really is.
Yeah, I mean, especially with COVID for 2 years.
Yeah.
But I also have people that I know that have not been in a relationship ever.
Okay.
So it is interesting, with no relationship history, getting involved with that.
Yeah, I will say that even though when I was 15 in a relationship, my freshman year of high school, I don't even really count it as a real relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But the more silly and failed relationships you have, I think you become a better partner as a result every time.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see why people that have never had a relationship or have had maybe not any really real ones, you fuck up a lot when you get into your first real one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even when I was with my ex of 4 years, I was 21 to 25-ish, 20 to 24, something like that. There's little stuff that I was doing Where in the moment, I'd be like, why are you mad at me about this? And I look back on it now and I'm like, oh, I would have never done that now. You know, as just somebody who's kind of like now lived it and also got a little older and being like, oh, she was silly for getting mad at me about this. Like, little example. Like, we went to the mall and I was at the mall with her friends for some reason. I forget why. We were either waiting for her to come out of an interview. I forget what it was. For some reason, I was with her friends at the mall.
Okay.
I bought myself a cool jacket.
Let's go.
I bought myself some new shoes.
Okay.
But I didn't get her anything. And her friends were like, can you believe Tim bought himself all this shit and didn't get you anything? And I'm like, first of all, why are y'all in my business?
Wait, and you're dating this person?
And this was my girlfriend. And
I mean, even like a little cookie or like Sarku Japan or something could have been nice.
Yes. So back then I'm like, leave me alone. I'm gonna get her something when I feel like getting her something, you know? But looking back on it, I'm like, okay, I see why that seems like I could have got her something. If I'm shopping.
Sure.
And I'm buying shit for myself, why not get her a little something?
Just anything.
Something like that. Where back then I'm like, we're tripping, you know? So it's like, I feel like sometimes shit like that, especially me as an only child.
I always forget you're an only child.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you have sibling energy.
I've been told that.
Yeah? Okay.
But I also feel like, in other ways, I have only child energy.
I totally see that too.
So it's like, when shit like that, when I'm not necessarily, I've never really had to think about other people in a situation like that. Where it's like, oh, why didn't you grab something for your brother? Grab something for whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never really I didn't grow up with that mentality. So being in a relationship made me realize, okay, that's not something I would have done moving forward.
Yeah,
you know?
I know. The getting reps in of even the failed relationships help you so much. I would be kind of nervous to go into something where somebody hasn't like practiced. It's like going on stage without rehearsing.
Yes.
Like,
when I think of this guy, like 7 years, no relationship, and he says he just kind of stares through these girls. My first instinct was like, is he just not interested?
Right.
Or she's not interesting?
Right.
But also, you know, when you're dating, you learn how to date, you know, like ask questions and like icebreakers.
Totally.
And, you know, conversational shit.
Right. You know, being on a date with somebody that you are like staring through and wondering what you're going to do later is a sign you probably don't like them.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to have someone in front of you that you can't wait to learn more about.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the issue, you know? I mean, look, the fact that he's happy by himself, that's fine too, bro. Like you shouldn't feel pressure to be with somebody if you don't want to be with anybody.
Right. Well,
like,
that's what he mentioned, this is societal pressure, and that's interesting.
Like, it's okay.
It is okay. Yeah, because he said he's 27.
Yeah.
Societal pressure. I mean, 27 is young.
Yeah.
I still think, I think 27 is young.
I agree. Like, I've always said, like, look, man, people will tell you by the time that you're 25, you're supposed to be graduated college, married, got your career together, and then you get there and you're like, no, you guys are crazy.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Out of your mind, insane.
Yeah, bro. So like after 25, right? After you're supposedly graduated college, that's like the most fun. Where you're like, you don't know what's happening. You're like figuring everything out. 27, bro, you're okay, you know?
Yeah, totally. Also, from 20 to 27, so you said 7 years, being single for that amount of time in those years is great. Mm-hmm. Is great. You're like doing all the things that you want to do. Uh-huh. And then by the time that you're old enough to like actually settle down, then you're like, nah, I'm really building this.
Yeah, you might actually have some money.
Yeah, as long as he's doing work on himself to understand who he is.
Yeah.
Because if you're entering in a relationship, regardless of your age and regardless if you've been in one or not, if you don't know yourself, that's going to be wild to try and like figure that out with somebody else. And like, if you just don't know yourself, then you don't know what to ask for.
For sure.
You don't know how to communicate about what you need.
Yeah, and usually that realization doesn't happen until after you have like a big breakup. And you're like, I don't even know who I am.
Right.
Because you were young, you got so fucking wrapped up in this other person and being in a relationship that you felt like you were supposed to be in, now you don't even know who you are anymore.
Right.
So many people go through that, right? Where it's like, in this hardcore relationship, and then now they're just like, they're just known as Tommy's girlfriend, and that's their whole identity. And then they break up, and they're like, I don't even know what I like to do without Tommy anymore.
Right.
And then they have this whole existential crisis.
I know. And you were like, Tommy ain't shit. You were something before Tommy. You're going to be something after Tommy. It's so hard to see when you're going through a breakup to like remember that you were someone before them because your whole life morphs into, especially if it's like a serious relationship. It's so, there's so much entanglement.
And you know who you are, bro. You're only 27. I think you're doing a good job, And you look, I tell you this too, as far as the time we're in, you've been through a pandemic. You like being at home by yourself. It's a great time to find someone like-minded who also just likes being at home and chilling as far as like, I'm not just talking about dating apps. I feel like there's so much internet shit you can do to find someone who likes being at home. You know what I'm saying? There's chat rooms, whatever you kids are doing. I don't know, Facebook groups. Just whatever.
I know. I kind of am excited to find someone who also likes to be at home.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Because, I do really like being at home.
Home is the best.
Yeah, and Chia, not only does she like being at home, she hates being elsewhere. So,
me too.
Yeah. And I had to tell her when she finally was like moving to LA, I was like, hey, look, man. Yeah. Look, man, I love being at home as well. Sometimes though I gotta do these little schmoozhy events, She's like, if you're cool with me not going with you, that's fine. I'm like, yeah, if you're cool with me going without you, we're great. She's like, great.
Sick.
Yeah, so
great.
Good.
See, I like both. I love being at home, but I also love getting dressed up and going places. Specifically, so Filipino, specifically for events. I was thinking about this the other day, like as much as I thought I wanted to be like taking on all these grandiose dates. It's interesting that I say like, oh, I want these things. And then when I get them, I realize that that's not exactly what I wanted, which kind of is, it's information.
Yeah, learning about yourself. Yeah.
Well, I think that dating is not only learning about the other person, but it's learning about yourself.
100%.
It's like, how does this person make me feel? How am I showing up in this? What information can I glean from what I'm feeling right now because of the situation we've put ourselves in?
Glean is a great word, yeah.
Glean is a great word. But yeah, I think that I would much rather go to an event than a restaurant, interestingly enough.
I feel it.
You do?
I don't
know. It's more fun.
I don't necessarily agree, but it's different vibes. Because as I've said, I like sitting down, restaurant, conversation. But I like the pressure, or the not pressure of event. Like, could I potentially gauge somebody that I'm dating, taking them to an event with me and seeing how they interact with other people, making sure I don't necessarily have to babysit them, like, because that's like, super green flag. If I can take someone to an event and I don't have to like cater to them, and I can turn around and they're chatting it up with somebody else, I'm like, solid.
It's the best.
Yeah.
And I also think that like when you see the person that you're interested interacting with other people, that makes them more attractive. Because then you're just like, you get to like look at them from across the room and be like, wow, they're crushing.
Or you're like, is this bitch laughing at this dude's jokes that hard? What the fuck? Did you like, pull her to the side? You gonna suck his dick or what? Huh?
Oh my God.
I brought you here as my date, huh? You're laughing so hard at this fool. He's not even funny.
Leaves.
Yeah.
She leaves right away. You never hear from her again.
But no, I do enjoy events. I also like, and I'll tell you this, as much as I'm like, oh God, another schmoozy event. Being at home with these goddamn kids every day, man. Now I'm like, oh, is there a networking event?
Yeah.
Sorry, babe. I gotta go do this. I gotta go talk to this guy. He's doing he has a whole thing. I gotta see if maybe he'll write me into his movie. Sorry, babe. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. I love it. I love reasons to celebrate. I like going places that are, I think I like events because people put time and effort and money into it. And it feels good, and the drinks are free, and there's usually music, and there's a purpose. I was at a rehearsal yesterday.
Yeah.
A friend's rehearsal. She started to do music, and now she like compiled this band.
Okay.
And I haven't been in a rehearsal in a long time. And so I was in her rehearsal and it was just so nice. I was talking to her boyfriend. We were just like in the corner on this couch. And I was just like, I love the energy of being in a rehearsal. And he was like, yeah, everybody's focused and it's purposeful. And I'm like, oh, I think that's maybe what I'm missing in my creative life right now is like, I don't really know what, like, I'm not working on a passion project. Like right now I'm just kind of working, which is great because I work in a creative field. And so there's elements of creativity and making in it. But the idea of like waking up and being so excited to work on my craft or this like one project, which is what I felt like when I was making dance videos.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, I'm choreographing, I'm picking the dancers, I'm doing the wardrobe, I'm getting the location, I'm producing it, I'm now the shot list, I'm editing it. Like there's so many parts to be interested in, like invested in. And it feels like I haven't been in a purposeful environment artistically in a little bit.
I feel that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, we got that itch we need to scratch, you know, where it's kind of like, I mean, even, you know, where when you're not working on something or you start working on something and you have such a need for purpose, you start another project because you're like, I want to, well, no, but there's this, you know, it's like, I feel like since, you know, we thrive on creating shit, it's like when you're not creating, you're not as happy, you know?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, even though I'm bullshitting with this, let's not even talk about it.
The Voldemort of
like,
projects.
Yeah. Whenever people like, you know, hey, Tim, you're never gonna, you know, sometimes people are like, hey man, maybe you should, someone left a comment, they're like, dude, you obviously have never finished the script yet because you don't want to.
Oh.
You know, because it's like you, like if you wanted to get it done, you would have done it by now. You should focus your energy on like doing some other stuff that could, you know, possibly make you some money right now. And I'm like, no, I am gonna finish this fucking thing, you know, because like I need to.
You need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to get to the claw of it.
Claw.
You need to land on what you said that you're looking to finish.
Yeah.
Just like in the beginning of the episode when we couldn't freaking get there.
Yeah.
You need to get there just because you have all this built up energy. Man, what you yeah, I mean, we can't even get into it.
Let's not even get into it. Hey, Megan, thanks for tipping.
Tim, thanks for tipping.
And thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff.
All that stuff, and send us a voice memo if you want to be helped on the next episode on our speak pipe, and we'll help you because we've been crushing lately.
I think so. Bye.
This is what I chose to do.
Nanu.